Give him a Las Vegas welcome for Joscho Stephan.
What's up, Vegas? Ooh, it's good to be here. And we start with a song. I would say this is maybe the most famous gypsy swing group of all time. It's a song by the Beatles. It's called Can't Buy Me Love. Thank you very much. it would be wonderful to have like this Vegas residency. I'm already working on that. You know, that would be cool. 300 nights here in this school. I would love that, really. No, it's great. You know, I was very often in Vegas with my wife, so we visited the city a few times. But it's the first time that we play here. Thank you, Mondo. Thank everybody who's involved in this great festival. It's a pleasure to be here, especially with my dear friend Paulus Schäfer, who's coming later. And yeah, so we really enjoyed to be here in Vegas and play for you. So the next one that we play is a nice bolero, also a song that the Beatles played, but it's a song from a musical called The Music Man, and this is Till There Was You. Oh. So the next one that we play, this is a song. Yeah, I really like the composer. He's a nice guy. It's a song that I wrote, and it's a song that I wrote for a famous gypsy swing guitar player. It's a song that I wrote for Mr. Stochler Rosenberg, who was a guest on my album Guitar Heroes a few years back. Stochler was on that album, Birelli Legrand was on that album, Tommy Emmanuel was on that album, and you wouldn't be surprised. It's for sale tonight, so I just bought a few hundred copies. I hope it's enough. So that song that we play, it's an A minor. That's are the guitar players here in the audience tonight? Yeah, A minor. You know A minor. That's one of the hardest chords that you could pick. So I just thought, why to stuck with the easy stuff? Rather hard one, you know. And so this is Blues for Stochler. It features Tower with a bass solo. Thank you very much. Blues for Stoholo. The next one is also an original, and you know I like to include everything that I like here. I didn't grow up with Django's music. I started because of my father playing Beatles stuff, rock music, whatever. Played some classical guitar, and I found out about Django Reinhardt when I was like maybe 12 or 13 years old. And yeah, in the beginning I just wanted to try, I tried to play as much as authentic as possible, but later on I thought, why should I just hide all the other stuff that I like to play? And I was always wondering how it would sound if a gypsy swing guitar player is playing a funk song. So I just brought Funk 22, and I think I have the right backing band here with me, because the Hot Club of Vegas is, I think this is the most funky gypsy swing band I ever met. Are you ready for some funk? I can't hear you. Are you ready for some funk? Okay. I just thought that, you know, that's Vegas. That's great. Whew. So the next one that we play, this is a song that a lot of people know, and I think this was one of the greats here in Vegas in the 50s. Louis Prima, he did a wonderful version of the next song, and you know, this is like Django Reinhardt. If you have, you know, these are really like big shoes. If you want to, let's say, play a song from these guys, there are just like two, let's say, possibilities. You copy exactly the version that everybody knows, or you try to do something else. And so we play just the gigolo now, but we play it as a samba, I would say, more like a Latin stance song. And I will quote a few other songs that you maybe heard before. I hope you enjoy this one. So this is just a gigolo.
fun? Me too. You have fun. It's you know, it's sometimes I can't believe that people pay me for doing this. I think they pay really that I have to fly every day and sit in a car and stuff like this. But you know, this is just pure fun to be on stage, and you're a great audience. I'm not sure if somebody told you this already, but it's so much fun to play for you guys. Thank you very much for being here, making this festival a success. That's unbelievable. I was just talking backstage with Paulus, and Paulus is such a kind guy, and he said, you know, Joscho, it's so great that we are, you know, that we have the chance to make our living with something that we really love. But you know, if you do something that you love, you need also people that support you. So it's great to see you all here supporting this festival. Thank you very much for being here. So the next one that we play is again an original. It's a song, a homage to the great master of gypsy jazz, of course, Django Reinhardt. It's called Ballad pour Django. So now we have a special guest. I think he's a dear friend of the Django Vegas Festival. He played here a few times. He's a dear friend of mine. I met him, I think, in 2009 for the first time when I was in the States, was playing in Django in June. He's a great player, he's a great guy, and yeah, he will help us out with the next few songs. And yeah, I hope there will be a lot of applause for my dear friend, Mr. Emmett Mahoney. So where's, he's, by the way, he's from Hawaii, and I think the shirt says it all. So we're starting off with a duo. He asked me to do that song. You know, I play very often with the great Tommy Emmanuel, and Emmett was part of the George Benson guitar camp earlier this year in Phoenix, Arizona. I was there playing with Tommy. He was also part of the Italian camp in Rome that I did with Tommy. And there was a classical tune that we played. Do you like classical music? That's good. If you don't like classical music, don't worry. It's not longer than 2 minutes. So I hope you will enjoy the next one. Because it's much harder to play the rhythm guitar than the solo guitar on that one. There was Rondo alla Tocca by the great Mozart. You remember Mozart, you know, back in the old days. You know, there was no internet, so yeah, he really needed to sell a lot of CDs back then. And that was his biggest hit, I think, in Turkey. That's the reason it's a Turkish march. I think it was on #1 for 5 weeks. Went gold, and the good old days. And you know, I believe in these good old days, so once again, I just let you know, we have 2 more songs, but after that, I will be outside with my wife and we sell the CDs. If you buy all the CDs, we can maybe fly back home to Germany, because we're running out of money. This is Vegas, it's not cheap. And also the CDs, you know, they're very heavy. I don't want to carry them back home, so it would be great if you buy them. So then I get rid of them. You know, I have like a few thousand more back home. And so it would be good if they stay in Vegas, you know, and I will sign them for free. Yeah, normally I take like $5 for that, but I just thought, this is such a great festival. If you buy the CD, you get the signature for free. And and you know, I have 4 different CDs. If you want to listen to all the songs that we played, you have to buy every CD, because we played material from every single CD. This is a German marketing strategy, just to let you know, works pretty well. Yeah, as you notice, I don't like to talk, so maybe Maybe we go on with another song. We have two more for you, and yeah, we have two more Django songs. The next one is one that I think Django wrote in the late 40s. It's a blues again, it's a minor blues, and yeah, we hope you like that one.
last time, we just got to give it up for the band on my far left, your right. Tyler Williams. Alex Scopa just flew in from Indianapolis, and I think next week, is it true you're going to Mexico to play your... he wrote compositions with an orchestra with vibes, am I saying that right? Marimba. He'll be performing that in Mexico with an orchestra. Give it up for Dr. Alex Stephan. And even though he's from New Jersey, us Hawaiians are claiming him as Hawaiian. Give it up for Emmy Mahoney. This is his fourth time. And of course, you gotta give it up for Joscho Stephan.
And of course, Mundo on guitar, who I think is the father of all this, this festival, this idea, and his love to Django. And it's great to see that Django Reinhardt is still, let's say, even if this is a niche, it's a very healthy niche, what is really good. Within the last 20 years, more and more festivals all over the world, people still love that music, and it shows the genius of Django and Stephan Grappelli, the Hotel de France, and all the stuff that they did back there in the 30s and 40s. So it's just unbelievable music. And we play one more song that Django wrote. This is already the encore, I would say, because I don't want to let my dear friend Paul Schäfer wait too long, so we have a little break after that. You will find me, I'm not sure if I mentioned the CDs already, I will be... yeah, and there is a chance, maybe if you want an encore, just do it later after Paulus set, and maybe I'll be back on stage together with Paulus. That could happen. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe something is planned, I'm not sure. But we do one more, and thanks again for having me. Thanks again to the whole team organization. It's a great sound and great lights that these guys are doing, so give them a hand. It's fantastic. The sound took us like maybe 5 minutes. Thank you very much for everything. Thanks, Brian and the whole team. And we say goodbye with Django's Tiger.